Hello, welcome to the William Street Swap Shop. It's a wonderful Wednesday. As always, thank you for joining us. My name is Zach. Not joining me today is my co-host Matt. As you are aware, if you're a first-time viewer, I will explain it. But if you've been watching and swapping, Matt is in a service every Wednesday. He cannot be in the swap shop. He's legally binded not to come in on Wednesdays. Last Wednesday we had a power outage at the building, so Matt actually did help do a Facebook Live post. But today, he's not here. So it's me, by myself, and I'm joined by a special guest today who we'll get to very shortly. I just want to say thank you for tuning in. It's a pleasure. If you're on an iPad or a mobile laptop streaming device, just turn up the volume, sit back, relax. It's a wonderful Wednesday. There's a lot of problems going on in the world and around you, and hopefully this little bit of time will take you away from that and give you a chance to enjoy something on the internet. So, we will not be swapping today, so if you're a new viewer, we will not be swapping, so hold on to your items, send them to williams.swap@gmail.com. We will talk about them tomorrow. If you'd like to call in, you can call in at 413-961-4263. Give us a call. And we have a great guest today lined up, and you can ask us any questions. We're going to just be chatting about a lot of different things, so swapping stories, swapping ideas. Nothing's off the table, so give us a call. And we look forward to jumping into this conversation. I'm excited to be here. The power's on. It's lit. Let's do it. Joining me today is Mark Bonner, an artist, a local artist in Atlanta. Thank you for joining me, Mark.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. We'll just shake hands real quick and say it's a deal.
Cool. It's a deal.
We always do that at the beginning of every show. So, well, thank you so much for coming in. You just mentioned before the show you're like a jack of all trades. You're an artist, but that encapsulates everything. You do music, you do art, and you're here to kind of show that off today and talk a little bit about it. So what are some of the mediums you work in?
Well, mainly I do music.
Okay.
I write every type of music that I can think of.
Okay. So not just one specific genre? Or?
Mostly punk. I mean, that's
Okay.
like kind of like where I started with all that. That's actually how I learned how to play guitar, was playing in a punk band.
Was there a story to that, or was it just you sat down, you wanted to play punk music and then?
I was living in Claremont, Florida.
Okay.
Which is outside of Orlando.
Right.
I was like 14, I think.
Yeah.
But there was this one guy who, everyone would go to his house because his parents, just didn't care about it.
It was the cool. We all had a friend like that who had like one parent. They're like, yeah, you can do what you want.
Yeah, like they're kind of like a jerk or something,
right.
But like you can kind of like ignore it a little bit because you can do whatever you want.
Sure.
But we were taking acid.
Okay.
And they were like, let's start a band.
Right.
And I was like, really?
Doing drugs?
I was like, I don't know how to play anything. And they're like, oh, it's just punk. You can play guitar. And they taught me how to play guitar, and that's like how I learned how to do it. But now I do a lot of beats.
Okay.
I'm actually working with a few MCs, rappers. What do they call? What is that?
Rappers, MCs, yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good
word. This guy Chris Cross and this other dude Stony Kush.
Okay.
And Nico.
Okay.
I met all of them in parking lots.
Cool.
Basically.
Like were they Craigslist meetings? Like you meet up?
Stony, I met him literally in a Value Village parking lot.
How so? Was he?
He was trying to sell his CDs,
okay.
and I was like, "Oh, I actually make music." You know, I was like, "If you want to record." So I set up a recording studio, like at my house, and
so
just
an entrepreneur, not only an artist but an entrepreneur, I would say.
Well, kind of. If an entrepreneur didn't make any money off of it, then that is what I would be.
You're still hustling.
Yes.
That's what they say in the biz when you're trying to just make the deal.
Yeah, where I'm just like sweating, and that's that.
So like an entrepreneur instead of an entrepreneur, like an artist that does entrepreneuring.
Exactly.
Well, that's great.
But then I sing in I did sing in this band called Slugga that is that we play here in Atlanta. And I'm also in this band called Prowler.
Okay.
I play bass in that band.
Are they going on any tours anytime soon, or?
No, Slugga actually just broke up.
Oh no. Sorry to hear that.
I mean, it's okay. It's like whatever.
Is it difficult to deal with like with a band? Because I've never been in a band, but I wonder like if it's a breakup. Is it like when a human, in a relationship when you break up with someone, or is it?
I mean, I guess
it
it depends on the
serious as that,
person.
or-
Like sometimes people, have
They get
to
really
make
upset.
it. It's like they have to be like, I gotta blow up and just storm out or
Yeah.
something.
Did you ever have that happen at all in the past in a band? Because you always see those, like in Almost Famous, there's a rivalry between the musician, the guitarist, and the singer.
Yeah.
Like, is there ever that rivalry?
Nah, I mean nothing's really as romantic as like
Or
movies.
dramatic as that,
Yeah,
okay.
you know what I mean. Like it's just kind of like whatever.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's like, just get out of my face or
Okay,
something.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's like I
Just
don't
give me
like
some
you.
space.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then you
But-
just try and, like on Swap Shop, we would try and resolve it and say,
Yeah.
like, hey, just calm down, relax, it's okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this was not that kind of situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then your other band though, that's still together.
Yeah, I mean
That's
that
Prowler?
that one's like a little. It's not. I wouldn't say less serious. It's just that we're all pretty busy, so we
Okay.
kind of like just get together when we can.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So when you get the time, you go make some music,
Yeah.
and it's a fun thing to do.
Exactly.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I think we have some music. We'll play it a little bit and just kind of listen and sit back and let everyone in our stream before we jump into any more questions.
All right.
Kind of take a listen.
Cool.
So whenever it's queued up, Jay or Mason, and if you want to like provide commentary over the songs, by all means you can. Otherwise, we can just listen to it for a little bit
All
and
right.
see how it goes.
Cool.
Yeah. So you play guitar on this one?
I just sing in this
Okay.
band.
Do you find people get really amped up at your shows?
Yeah, they can
Yeah.
be a little crazy sometimes. A lot of people have the tendency to mistake aggressive music as being violent music, and I'm not the type though to not stop that.
Right. Let them interpret it, huh?
Yeah,
Sounds
exactly.
great. So what's the title of this song?
This song is called Parasite,
Okay.
and it was on just a single
Yeah.
for this label called Total Punk,
Cool.
that's out of Florida.
Awesome.
They're a pretty amazing punk label,
Yeah.
actually. Like, I feel like I'm like downplaying them. So I'm like,
Yeah.
they release like some of the best like punk records that
Wow.
I ever hear.
So
like,
it's-
I don't really hear new music that often unless like, I don't know, someone shows it to me.
Okay.
But like I kind of follow what they're doing.
Wow. So it's
Yeah.
an honor then to be on their their
Yeah.
label. Like it's a big deal to be for people who enjoy punk music. Probably people in the
Well,
chat
for me,
right now.
absolutely,
Right.
and it's very minimalist,
Right.
which is kind of cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that sounded great. And one thing I do like about punk music is it's almost short and to the point. It's like, here's what we have to say. Boom, go into it. Just immediately. It's
Yeah.
I'm looking at our chat, and they said our chat turned into a mosh pit. And Impermanent said hard shows are great. So I think they're into moshing and not necessarily being violent, but just letting out the
Dancing.
aggression. Yeah, dancing. Yeah. I mean, some people dance like that, and then some people just more jump around.
Yeah.
And there's
Like-
nothing wrong with that. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any?
Dance how you like.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have any tours coming up or anything?
I don't.
No.
I am actually probably one of the minority in this, but I really am not a huge
You
fan
don't
of
tour.
touring.
Okay.
Like I'm not a huge fan of like leaving, or a huge fan of leaving my house, like in
Gotcha.
general.
So just stay in Atlanta, do the shows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I prefer to be, close to like a comfort area.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Okay. Hey, sometimes when you travel and you leave, it's when you really miss home, and that's when you realize why even bother leaving it. It's a little
Exactly.
home. It's like when they go on quests in Lord of the Rings or something. It's like just go back home and stay away from the dragons and.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's nice seeing my friends in other cities.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just I would
Not
rather.
for you. That's fair.
Yeah, I'd rather not travel very far.
That's fair. Yeah. So it's Sergeant Scum says I might have to visit ATL soon. More trees than Houston, and it's got a pretty resilient punk scene. So is
More
that
trees?
More trees here, and has a resilient punk. Would you say we have a resilient punk scene? in
Oh yeah,
Atlanta?
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Like I think that some of the Atlanta punk bands are like some of the best in the country.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it's like, they don't necessarily get the same sort of spotlight on them that, you know, in cities like Chicago, LA,
Right.
New York, stuff get.
Gotcha.
But yeah, bands like Predator and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and Women's Prison, like those are like some of the best bands that I've heard in the country right
Wow.
now.
And they're still active, going on today. I'll be honest, I'm more ignorant to it sometimes, and I don't know. I try and listen to all kinds of music, but sometimes I fall off.
It's tough, man. Like, I don't know, like punk has this really weird, like, I mean, not weird, it's good.
Yeah.
Like, it's like this DIY ethic. But I feel like sometimes, like, without that intention, it makes it almost exclusive, you
Right.
know? Like, where it's like, yeah, I get that, you know, you don't want to, like, go through these main channels or whatever, but, like, it's hard for it to be accessible to everyone,
Right.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. So what's the process of writing a song like? Did you write Parasite?
I mean, as a band, yes. I wrote the lyrics and the melodies.
Okay.
Honestly, like, I'll write songs just, like, completely by myself.
Right.
And just use drum machines. But, like, with writing vocals and stuff like that, like, I literally don't write real words until I'm in the studio
Okay.
and, like, have to do it right then.
Gotcha. So
And-
if I wouldn't want to put you on the spot, but if we were to say, like, by the end of our 48 minutes today, if we came up with a song together, maybe even had our viewers in the chat.
Yes,
maybe
absolutely.
Okay. So we'll ask if people, you know, there's a bit of a delay, but we'll just say, even think about this as we go on with the interview. Just think of something, and maybe we could get like and I'll ask Mason, who's doing our audio, to find like an instrumental, or if you maybe have an instrumental on your website, we could go along with, and just
Yeah.
we could just sing to, or either you could sing them, we'll help come up with right lyrics, or we'll sing
What
together.
if I wrote music and you
Okay,
sang?
yeah, sure. I would say
Because I can literally do that on
Yeah.
my iPad right now.
Absolutely, I would do that. Let's do it. It's and we'll take anyone who has a certain lyric. We'll put in. It's almost like those games when you fill out like, we walked to the mall and it was
Oh,
blank.
like
and you fill in
an
ad
ad-lib?
lib. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
well-
maybe we'll do like a swap shop ad lib. Like
Perfect.
So that's out there if you're watching this on our stream on AdultSwim.com. Let us know. Give us some song lyric ideas, and Mark, think of some stuff, and we'll make it work. We'll workshop that as we go. But I have
Alright.
a whole lot more questions for you.
Cool.
And I know you have artwork to show.
Sure.
So in addition to doing music, maybe you want to show a little bit of your artwork. And
Yeah,
Cool.
absolutely.
Okay. So did you have it physically here? Or do we have
Oh,
it up
no,
on
yeah.
our-
I
Oh, it looks like Jay has some graphics, so we can take a peek at that.
yeah, the stuff that I have, I was bringing to present to
Okay.
you.
Oh wow. As a gift?
As a gift.
Oh wow, that would be great. I don't have anything for you. Well, I have stuff I could give you after the show.
Yeah, it sounds
Okay,
great.
Yeah.
Like some chips or something.
Yeah, some chips.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, if we can pull up that, looks like we have the first art here. So these are.
This is actually so Space Waste
Yeah.
is a thing that me and my friend Stuart Harding, who is Atlanta native,
Okay.
we do together. Those are two of his pins that are really awesome.
Yeah.
They're basically just like those enamel lapel pins where we just draw them and then we get them made up.
Wow.
And those ones are fantastic.
So you guys, how do you? I always wonder how you do make these. So these are pins you put on a jacket or a backpack or wherever you like to put it. So you draw it first,
Mhm.
and then is there a company that just prints them and puts them on a?
Yeah, I'm kind of
Okay.
oblivious to that whole side of things.
Okay.
Like normally for my stuff like that I draw, like I'll just send it to him, to Stuart, and then he just kind of handles it from there.
Okay.
Like
Gotcha. That's awesome.
Here, I have one of those right now since we're talking
Oh, great.
about
Cool. Yeah.
pins.
Absolutely. So let's see if we have any. Someone made a vaporwave song.
And
Johnson & Johnson baby powder. We
Here's
can
one right here.
Sing about that.
This is actually a Slugga pin that I made
Wow.
from the
Oh,
Parasite
that's
cover.
awesome. That looks great.
Yeah, Luis Laverne, who's like who was the bass player in Slugga, we both did that together.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
which
put it
was
on.
nice. There we go. It matches your gloves perfectly.
Yeah. Where would you recommend putting it?
That is totally your decision.
I usually put them on my lapel, on my
Yeah.
collar, but I could put it maybe
maybe
on my
like
front pocket here.
maybe like 3 inches. Wait, is that 3 inches? Like maybe like an inch
Maybe
or two
right
above
there?
the nip. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Go ahead and pin me. Is there a official word you would use to describe pinning? Pin me.
Pinning is good. I
Okay.
like that.
Yeah, pins are. It's interesting. I noticed they started. Maybe they've always been, and I've been out of the loop. But I noticed more recently people are wearing them now a lot more.
Yeah,
Like,
like I mean, honestly, it kind of like came out of nowhere. Like I
Yeah.
didn't know that they were like gonna be popular or whatever. We just
Right.
kind of like started it. Actually, our friend who does this Instagram called Titty Bats.
Yeah, Titty Bats.
Yeah, he just literally draws boobs on a bat.
Oh wow.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But his drawings are really awesome. But he kind of like turned us on to it, and has been really one of the main forces of like helping us out with it as well. So.
Oh wow,
Mm-hmm.
that's awesome. Well, that's I love the art. I like this kind of artwork a lot, even though when I look at it, it's like, oh, it's dark, but I like it because it makes it like I look cool, I look bad.
It's actually from a Russian criminal tattoo.
Oh really?
Luis, who was the bass player in Slugga, redrew some of it, and then I just threw some ideas out there, and then I converted it to
it's
a
a
pen,
skeleton
basically.
holding 2 scythes, like a Grim Reaper.
Yeah. And I think the Russian criminal tattoo, there were like skulls in there.
Oh, okay.
And now we just replaced it with some different pills and stuff like
Oh,
that.
nice. Yeah. Make it a little bit more like, hey, we're not going to cut off your head. We're just going to take some pills and have a good time together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Relax.
And use a scythe maybe out in my backyard if you want to.
Yeah.
So it looks like there's some more people are saying pins up, keep it above the nip. There's a song titled Titty Bats, someone else says.
There's a song called Titty Bats?
Oh no, I think this is the people in our chat giving us ideas for songs.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
There's a song title. We call our song Write a song about pigtails. So yeah, we got
like the
some
actual
options.
like curly pigtail?
We could make it that way,
the
or
hair?
just the hair. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I like the little curly pigtail.
Do pigs even really have that tail?
I think no.
Where
I
did
think
that come
It's
from?
a creative thing that I think an artist one day said, "Let's make it a little pigtail."
Yeah, like
because that's what even when you have like ponytail or pigtails
yeah.
hair. Yeah.
It doesn't. I don't understand.
Maybe that would be the song. Why is it pig? Pigs don't have
It's
curly
just so
tails?
frustrating.
Yeah. So if you let's do it. I'm gonna write it down now. Pigtails, and then we'll go from there. And I want to respect your work, and I guess whatever you feel comfortable. If we put together on the iPad before the show, we'll save it for the very end so people stay and watch, and then we'll do pigtails.
Perfect.
I could even improvise some stuff, and then just like whatever the tone you think I should do. Should it be more like when you write a song, is it more like you just say what you're like, this is how I'm feeling about this, or do you think of words that would?
I mean, honestly, like I said, I literally will just like
Gotcha.
I'll literally just like freestyle
so it's like
it
rapping.
or something.
There's an art to that. It's.
I mean, I wish it was like
Right.
rapping. Like if I could rap, I would.
Right.
I would
But it's
love
coming up
it.
with words
Yeah.
and going with the
Yeah.
telling a story or expressing an emotion.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of music, but some rock songs like Running Against the Wind, like they wrote that and performed it probably months before.
Normally, what I think happens is like I'll end up unintentionally saying like one line or something. Then I'm like, oh yeah, I
That's
like
a good
that.
one.
And
Yeah.
then like then I go back and I'll like write real words around that one line really quick. You know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. But yeah, we'll think of a song as we continue with the interview. Pigtails. I like it that it's like on a pig, and the frustration in the song is like, why do they have pigtails? It's confusing. Why do you wear hair on your head as pigtails? Those aren't real pigtails. Those are just hair
Yeah.
and a ponytail.
I mean, or it could just be like cop stories.
Cop stories. Yeah. That's a good one too. So pig, which is a name people use for police officers, to tails, like the stories of. Do you have any stories about police?
Oh no, and I
No.
don't want
You don't
any
want-
stories
you don't-
about
okay.
police. I
That's-
legitimately hate every single cop.
That's good. Yeah, well, I don't want to. I don't want to.
But I don't want us to jump
make
on
you,
that.
No, I don't
Yeah.
want you to get upset or have to
Oh,
make
no.
stories. I don't want to cause anybody to be
Upset.
Yeah.
I
It's a very
wanna keep
relaxed
relaxed
show.
Wednesdays.
Yeah, wonderful Wednesdays. But I understand, the issue there that some people have, and it's hopefully going to be resolved with police
Sure.
officers. And
And just everyone relaxing.
right, just relax, just chill is what people say. So you said you had some more art you wanted to show, or do we have it on our screen? If not, we can.
Yeah, I have some more stuff.
Okay, cool.
Here, I gotcha. This is actually I feel like Carrot Top or something.
Oh no, it's all right. Someone, Jeeves Barabas says maybe Mark could make Zach a new bolo tie with a piece of his art.
I could actually. If
That would be
you want.
pretty neat.
If
Maybe
you
we
have
could
some-
commission you to do that. Hire
Yes.
you to make a new bolo piece.
I can make you a very nice bolo tie. But this is actually a coloring book
Oh,
that I
cool.
just did.
It's called Gushers.
Yeah, it's kind of like.
Shot of this.
You can get that exclusively at Paris on Ponce.
Okay, so you were shop owner at Paris on Ponce, right? Or
yeah, so the way Paris on Ponce set up is that it's basically like an antique mall with a bunch of different booths.
Right.
And each booth
cool.
is a different vendor. The man, the myth.
Yeah, Gucci Mane.
Yes. So
is it okay that we show these?
Oh yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So Space Waste is actually it's a physical booth as well
Right.
at Paris on Ponce.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like my side of it more so than the pins.
Right.
I have this weird obsession with digging for like stuff like
Right.
at thrift stores, flea markets, dumpsters, whatever.
Yeah.
And Space Waste, the booth, is more of a representation of like all of that stuff, like
Okay.
all just like the weird stuff that I find
Yeah.
that
It's
I
a curated,
really
I
like.
guess, selection.
Yeah,
Nice.
try to keep it pretty curated.
What's the story on the Bart Simpson Waffle House? Is there anything? Just
I mean, nothing really. Honestly, I was just thinking of things that reminded me of East Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
Or just Atlanta
Yeah.
in general. So like I just kind of started drawing everything.
Waffle House is a big one. That's
Yeah.
everybody.
The museum is over there.
Oh yeah.
In Decatur, I guess.
That's right, over by Avondale, right?
Yeah.
These almost have a look. I don't know if you're familiar with our show, Mr. Pickles, but it kind of has that really cool Mr.
Yeah.
Pickles vibe to it.
Mr. Pickles is fantastic.
Yeah, I like your art.
And the last page there was actually, I just did that as an ad, but that is actually Stuart Harding's Slimer Pop that he also actually
Oh,
made
Space Waste.
yeah, that he made a pen of as well, which those are awesome.
So Space Waste Store.
.storemv.com.
Okay, yeah. So if you want to get some of these, can you get this book on there?
The book's not up on there yet. I
Yeah.
only made a couple copies, but you can get it at the booth, or if you just email me at misslooga, MISSLOOGA at
Okay.
gmail.com,
Cool.
I will totally send you one.
Awesome. And this is the final back piece. So this is handmade.
Yeah, I actually went to Kinko's and
Handmade. Wow.
yeah.
This is awesome. Yeah, it's a real great piece of art to own, local Atlanta art. And thank you so much for bringing it on the show today. Do you have any other ones you're working on in the future? Has it inspired other pieces of art?
Yeah, but I've been kind of working on a lot of bigger stuff lately, like just mostly design, like making stuff for the actual booth.
Right.
And I started refinishing speakers.
Okay.
And I also like fix tape decks and stuff like that.
So like the like big speakers that you get put on your surround system, or
yeah,
Okay.
or like any stereo system or whatever. I've been I make sure that they're good sounding
Yeah.
speakers, and then I like refinish or like rehouse them in different boxes and stuff
Cool.
like that.
Nice. Yeah, that's another creative way to. Because I have a big speaker at home, and it's just an old wooden speaker. It's kind of boring and plain. So you would take that and put it in like something different or unique.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Or
Wow.
I'll just like make a new box or something for it, and like I've been refinishing stuff a lot with a lot of textures lately.
Yeah.
So like stuff that looks like it's like slime or something like
Awesome.
that.
Awesome. So how did you get to doing the art on this side? You went from music, you said, to
Yeah.
artwork.
Well, that is actually a really crazy story.
Yeah.
So I am 32.
Okay.
I think I've said I'm 34 a couple times
Alright.
because I literally forgot.
Yeah.
But up until I was 30, I didn't think that I could draw.
Right.
Like I learned how to use Photoshop and Illustrator and stuff, but like I thought that illustration by hand was like out of the question for me.
Yeah.
And at 30, I found out that I actually had this eye disease. I always wear glasses,
Okay.
but I have this eye disease called keratoconus,
Mm-hmm.
where glasses don't actually, they don't do anything. My vision was 60-40 with glasses, and the only way to fix it it used to be, I guess, a cornea transplant. At least that's what the doctor told me.
Mm-hmm.
And but then they developed these Solero contact lenses,
Wow.
and they put those in, and my vision was 20/20.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my god, like
that was
it
like
was
the first
like,
time ever that you could.
yeah, like actually
Yeah.
saw stuff. And I literally sat down and started like just like doodling, and I was like, oh my god, I can actually kind of draw. So like in 2 years I've just sort of dove into it.
Oh, cool.
Because like it's just so new to me,
Yeah.
that I'm like, oh man, I love this.
Yeah. No, it's really great work, and people in our chat are saying great art book. A man called Steve says if you put that on the As Seen on Adult Swim TV store, I would buy the S word out of it. Another person said they should make that a Snapchat filter of the gooey Bart from the Waffle House, which is actually one of my favorites as well.
There's filters in Snapchat?
Yeah, you can make a Snapchat.
I mean, I don't know how to use it. I can never get Snapchat to work for me.
Yeah, like you would, when people post, they take pictures of themselves, and then you can put a filter on your face, so you have like dog ears and like a dog nose. Yeah, so you could make a gooey and drippy, like your face is gooey, like fault melting off.
That changes everything for me.
It's something to consider because you can do geo filters.
Can you talk to people? Like you film a video and it'll keep the dog ears on you?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
2016.
I know. It's so if you made the gooey, that someone's face dripping, for next time I see you might be like, oh yeah, I made the Snapchat filter, so I'm good, I'm set.
If there's anybody out there that knows how to make Snapchat filters, please by all
email
means, let me know.
Okay. Sounds good. Same to me. If you ever know how to make a Snapchat filter, I would love to know because I got a lot of ideas.
Oh, I bet.
Silicon Valley, I'm coming to you. If you're just now tuning in, I just wanted to reintroduce Mark Bonner. He's an artist in the Atlanta area, also a musician, and a store owner, an entrepreneur.
Yes.
We're looking at his art book right here. Show it right in front of the camera. Gushers, it's a coloring book, so it's not only can you appreciate the art, you don't even have to actually really color in it if you don't want. You can just look at it, but also you can color it. A great thing to bring over to a friend's house. Say, hey, instead of putting on Netflix, let's do some artwork in the Gushers coloring book and chill.
And it's only $5.
It's only $5. There you go. And you can get this on.
You can get it
at Paris on Ponce.
At Paris on Ponce.
That's right.
Space Waste, the booth.
Right. Not on this website though, but you can get some of your other work on spacewastestore.storenv.com.
Yeah, basically anything else you can absolutely get on Space Waste.
Cool. And this is handmade. It's local. It's a great piece of art.
I stapled it myself. I didn't even do their binding service.
Okay. You said no on the binding service when they asked.
And I even printed them myself at the self-service one.
So did they offer a binding service option? Like, we'll bind this for you? You said, no, I'll handle it myself.
Yeah, so I was like, no, I got this. Do you have a stapler? I can use.
And then they did it. You did it. Wow. So hand stapled, handmade. It's a great conversation piece too. I think I've had this on my coffee table. People would go through it, and it's a great piece of art.
Cool. Thanks, man.
You're welcome. A few other questions is they asked you, they love Mark's tats. Did you draw any of the art for those?
I actually drew one of these.
Yeah.
I've been trying to find a tattoo artist that will let me just draw on my arms and then they'll just tattoo it.
Right.
But I mean, I feel like that's probably kind of like disrespectful in a way to their art, but whatever. But this one.
Okay.
This is actually the Slugga skull spider.
Looks like we're going to get a shot of it on that camera right there.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And that...
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, that tattoo. The funny thing about that is I drew that for our demo tape, and I think we were banned for like maybe a month.
Yeah.
And we all decided to. I mean, Luis actually suggested this, but all four of us just went and got the tattoo.
Wow.
Like after being in a band for like, I mean, if one of you guys are listening, Skip, Matt, or Luis are watching. If you know how long we were in a band for, that would be awesome because I can't remember. I think it was like a week or two. Like it was not very long.
If Skip, Matt, or Luis, if you're watching and you do want to call in and let us know, give us a call at 413-961-4263. You're more than welcome to call in. It's not going to cost a dime to call in.
Toll free.
Yeah. And then also if you're just somebody watching this, and whether you're in Washington or you're in Maine, give us a call. And if you have a question for Mark, he's here to answer your questions. So what was your first tattoo you ever got? I'm always curious for people who have more tattoos.
Man, you are nailing it. I have a story for like everything.
Really?
I feel like.
Cool.
First tattoo. Which camera should I show?
Probably that one, yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
This tattoo. Let me move my Air Jordan backpack. I gave myself when I was like 14 years old.
Yeah.
Me and my friends, we made a tattoo gun out of a mechanical pencil and a motor from a remote controlled boat.
Wow.
And it was going to be a Motorhead tattoo. But that's what I was left with, like half of a spade.
Wow.
And
how old were you when you did that?
I was like maybe 14.
Okay, so I was 16,
I mean, I was really
years
young.
ago.
Yeah. And it has stayed.
Wow.
Yeah. But that's the first tattoo that I got.
Okay. And then it just kind of, since then, you just
left
enjoyed that
it.
art and started adding more. And
Yeah.
cool.
I don't know. Like, at this point, like, tattoos hurt so much that like I have a hard time wanting to go get them, because I feel like as the older you get, like the more it hurts.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, man,
I
don't even care enough to get this done. Like,
fair enough. Yeah. Do you have any? What's the most painful one? Is there any painful ones that?
This one was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
I had a Crass tattoo from, you know, when I was like younger. Crass is a punk band, like an anarcho punk band, but their logo is this like cross with an X through it, and it's like a black circle.
Yeah.
But the black circle actually just basically closed in, and it just looked like a giant birthmark,
okay.
like right here.
Yeah.
So I had a guy, Ryan Weaver, who has Kingdom Tattoo that's over in Decatur.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'll cover it up. So Sluggo was actually playing in Gainesville and Florida, and that night I was like, oh crap, I have my tattoo appointment tomorrow. And so Matt, the drummer in Sluggo, me and him, we woke up at 6 a.m. from Gainesville, Florida, and drove straight back to Atlanta
to get that tattoo.
And it took me longer than I thought, so I literally dropped him off and went straight to the tattoo shop, thinking the cover-up tattoo was going to be like, you know, maybe like this big or something. And then so when he put this on my arm, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's going to take a few hours.
I was like, how long is this going to take? And he was like, you know, probably like 4 or 5, 6 hours. And it literally took like 6 hours. And I was like, just destroyed. You know what I mean? Like, it was so painful.
Wow. I got people have seen it, but I'll show it off again. I got a stick and poke on the show a few months ago.
Really?
On my shoulder, of a Cocker Spaniel.
And it stayed?
Yeah. It's starting to kind of bleed through, but...
That's amazing.
Yeah, show it off.
I've gotten a bunch of stick and pokes, and they never stay.
It's a little Cocker Spaniel.
Who did that?
Our designer here, Stu Golly.
That's amazing.
He's got a lot of tattoos, and I asked him to do a stick and poke, and that's I like Cocker Spaniels a lot. It also looks like an alien or a gooey kind of face.
Yeah.
So, but that was done live here, and it caused... The pain was immense.
Oh, from the stick and poke?
Yeah, it was very...
Was it literally just like a pen?
Yeah, it was a pencil with a needle on the end of it, sterilized, and just going at that one at a time.
Yeah, literally, like every time I've gotten one of them, they end up going away after like a month or something, and I'm like, why did I go through all of that?
Yeah, that pain. Yeah. And it creates a good story, though. You can say I got that with a friend, or I remember the location I was in, and I got it. So I thought it'd be interesting to do on the show. I don't have any regrets.
Yeah, no regrets.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
That's right.
No regrets.
No regrets. Someone asked if we should draw together, but like we've done in the past, and that's a great idea. I didn't want to, since you do art. I don't want to make you come in and have to do work, but I mean that's literally like not work for me. Okay. Like I'm cool. The only paper I bought is this though, so I don't know if you want to draw on it or if we could come up with our song. We have about 15 minutes.
15 minutes? Yeah. To do a song?
Yeah. To come up with a song. So maybe we should do.
Is there a guitar?
I don't think we have one handy, but Mason, I hate to ask, do you know if there's a guitar around?
If there's not,
we'll get one.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, with the guitar, 15 minutes is fine.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I know you have you said your iPad makes beats, or
that'll take a lot longer though. I think the guitar is like I can just play a couple chords and you can just sing.
Yeah. And it looks like we have some pins.
I think I have some. Yeah.
So. You can draw whatever you want. We can take requests from the chat. I've drawn in the past like a lot of animals. Like I drew a crab once. I drew a fish. I drew a dog.
Call from.
Here's our first caller. Maybe they'll give us something. Yeah, maybe they'll give us something to draw about. Hello. Welcome to the William Street Swap Shop. It's a wonderful Wednesday. Come on in. Hello. You're on live. This is Zach, and I'm joined by Mark Bonner. What would you like us to draw? Well, maybe I got a little shy. It's intimidating sometimes.
I know it is.
Well, we can ask the chat what they think we should draw. But Benjamin Rivera says when I showed the tattoo, that tattoo looked so infected when he did that when I first got it done. Because, it was a fun time. We could draw maybe if you have the next tattoo idea or something for me. If you would give me a tattoo. Or we could draw something that's coming up here.
Did you say, would I give you a tattoo?
Yeah, let's draw a single cover, or the idea of what a tattoo would look like on me. If you,
okay.
But actually, someone else came up with a better idea.
All right.
Let's draw a pigtail to be the cover of y'all's single. So we'll make the single, but then we'll draw like the single cover.
Oh wow!
So we'll each work on something and then come up with it. So it could be anything. It could be like you said, the cop tail thing, or I could be.
All right, I'm gonna try to do this from memory.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's see.
We don't have to spend too much time on it, and don't stress about it. So it could just be pigtails. I'm gonna draw you and then just give you pigtails, if that's cool.
That sounds perfect.
So maybe both of us. I'll draw both of us together. If you're just now tuning in, I'm joined by Mark Bonner, a local artist in the Atlanta area, based out of Atlanta. Does music. Also does a lot of artwork. Has a store at Paris en Ponce.
And I attempt to do graphic design.
Graphic design. So you're kind of, as we said at the beginning, a jack of all trades.
Yeah, actually, I should say I attempt to draw, but I'm actually good at doing graphic design.
Okay. Has anyone ever told you you look like the guy from Peaky Blinders, kind of? Maybe I just it popped. I've been watching that show on Netflix, Cillian Murphy.
I've heard a couple things. William Dafoe I've gotten before.
Yeah, I could see that.
Which I kind of like that.
Yeah.
He's
got a
I've
really
seen him in
unique
person.
look to him. Really?
Yeah, he's actually very short.
And I've never met him.
Sorry,
I've seen him in person. Oh, it's all right. I like his movies. I like his. He's the Green Goblin. He's in Platoon. So I'm drawing you. I'm trying to draw you without seeing what you would look like without a headset.
I apparently gave a pig German Shepherd ears. That's cool.
Yeah.
You can hear really well, pig.
So I'm just drawing you with pigtails, like we're this band. I might draw myself next to you if we have time.
If we don't have time for the song, I'll write you a song and I'll send it to you later.
Okay, thank you. I think we'll try and squeeze it in. Well, it's about 1:36. We have about 12 minutes left, so we'll make in about. How long do you think it would take with the guitar? Just real quick.
Like 2 minutes,
okay,
however
yeah,
long
so
the song is.
We'll do this for the next 10 minutes, and then we'll do the song.
Cool.
So what else do you like to do for fun in your spare time? Sounds like you're always busy.
I am very busy. I don't know, man. I honestly, like, I really am not huge on, like, partying or any of that kind of stuff or, like, things that most people are into.
Right.
Like, I hate going to the beach. I hate the movies. Like,
you don't like movies?
I like movies, but I don't like
going
to the movies.
Okay.
For one, it's really expensive.
Right.
And it's like, I mean, honestly, like, Atlantic Station, like, going to see movies there is like, it's like, that place is almost like being in the movie Demolition Man.
Right.
You know, like, I was smoking outside and it was like, no, you can't smoke a cigarette here.
You pay for things with seashells.
Yeah, you curse so you
Yeah.
get a citation
Yeah.
or something. So I tend to just, like, stay away from those and wait until it comes out on Netflix.
Gotcha. Yeah, I like movies, being in the dark, kind of enjoying that, but sometimes I get where you're coming from. Pigtails.
I turned it into an M instead of, if they can turn it into a real spring-looking thing, I feel we can do whatever we want with pigtails.
Yeah. Do you think this will launch? This will be successful? We'll be in the local scene and be performing at the Earl or anything? 529?
I mean, you never know. Anything is possible.
All right. I'm going to just finish up drawing me real quick.
Man, I feel like your drawing is really good quickly.
Oh, thank you. I don't sketch it out. I just draw the
quick outlines.
Yeah.
I could learn more about drawing, to be completely honest.
I think so. Me too. Yeah,
I would actually really like that.
Yeah, I've never taken a class. Well, I've taken art class in college and high school, but I've never done it.
Yeah.
Outside of that, and I never really got accustomed to it. But yeah, there it is, pigtails. I'm gonna just draw. Pig.
And that actually looks like a very good album cover.
Oh, thank you. Well, let's make this song and we'll make it work.
There we go.
If you want to get suited up, there's a guitar right over there.
All right.
And then we'll, however long it takes to get that set up, I'll finish drawing this.
Oh, wow, this is a cool guitar.
Yeah. And here's the pigtails.
Is this Powerpuff Girls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mojo Jojo.
One of my first bands in Florida, was this band. Well, not one of my first bands, but this band I did called Monikers. It was like a pop punk sort of band.
Oh, cool.
But the guitar player was married to the girl in Biss who wrote the Powerpuff Girls theme song.
Oh, cool. Wow, what a
Crazy.
neat story there. Yeah. Small world, right?
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to show yours off to the
Oh,
camera?
it's just a drippy pig.
Yeah. Because people are into that.
Drippy pigs.
They like the drippy, yeah.
There it is.
Nice. Well, thank you for drawing that. So Pigtails, if you're just now tuning in, it looks like there are a few people that jumped in. They said, what did I miss? We're sitting down with local artist Mark Bonner. We just finished drawing our album cover for our new single,
I'm going to just
Pigtails.
take these off for 1 second.
Yeah. Right now we're getting ready to perform the song. It's going to be improvised. It's just about pigtails. Pigtails on a human, pigtails on a pig, or whatever you want to interpret it as. It's your mind. It's your decision to, hey, they're pigtails. Everybody has them if you have hair. If you want to grow your hair out. Me, maybe beard tails. I've been looking at braiding my beard. I shaved it off a while back, but I've reconsidered growing it back out for the winter. And maybe I'll have a sequel to this and call it Braided Beard.
Whatever, we're going to do this way.
Okay, cool. So we have a little bit of time to improvise and come up with something here. So
I can just start playing something. And,
okay, yeah, and I'll just go to it. Yeah, and then you feel free to add in as we go, and don't be shy.
All right.
Cool. Pigtails, 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 pigtails. I see 'em everywhere, I see 'em everywhere. Pigs in the barn, people at the bar. Pigtails, pigtails. They're really cool now, it's a style growing trend. Pigtails, pigtails. Wear 'em in your hair or put 'em on a pig. Pigtails, pigtails. It all doesn't make sense, pigtails. People talk about pigs like they got the tails. They need the tails, they got stories to tell, they got curly cute hills. Wait, no, that's in a cartoon.
I mean, that was a pretty good start,
Right.
I think.
Thank you, yeah.
That's so quick.
That was I just let it, it's weird how music, you just pick up
It's like
on
we
it.
just like click.
Right, that was
I like
great.
it.
That was great, Mark, yeah.
It's
Well,
very
if you're
relaxing
interested
Wednesday.
in starting a band, we could make
Yes.
that happen. Okay.
I mean, seriously.
Okay.
I'm
yeah,
always going to
I'm
say yes to
100%
that.
Yes. I've never been in a band, so it'd be great to be in a band with you. What would be our band name? Because the single's Pigtails.
Yeah, so it can't have anything to do
Right.
with pigs or tails.
Right.
I don't know, man.
What do you think of that? We'll
Maybe we could just
curate that.
Snapchat it.
We'll curate that in the chat. Right now they said, well, we got a couple emojis. Let's fire. This song is hot. A lot of people are into it, yeah.
Any 100s?
We don't have the hundreds in our Adult Swim chat, but they have Fish Center coins. +5. Plus
Cool.
5, +5.
All right.
A lot of flames and LOL. The lube guy gave us 3 +5s.
The lube guy?
Yeah, that's his name in the chat. And then Erin Bunn, I don't know if it's a female, but she said she gave us a +5, and then 2 BAs coins. I guess meaning bad.
Ass.
Yeah.
Oh, am
That
I
could
allowed
be
to
our-
say that?
No, you're allowed to. I just I don't usually curse. Maybe we could be just called the Bad A Boys.
Yeah, just BA.
BA Boys.
Yeah, BA boys. Actually.
Hey everyone, it's the BA Boys. We got
BA
Pigtails.
boys.
I already forgot the lyrics, but I'll go back and replay that and we'll put them back out.
I wonder if there's a band called just Bad Boys.
Bad Boys?
Like
Bad
the
Boys. Like the movie.
Yeah, the Will Smith,
Yeah.
Martin Lawrence movie.
Yeah. It's Bad Boys
Not
for life.
2.
Right. Well, this is our chance to make it big. I think you're
Cool.
already there. You've already done a lot of great artwork. Music.
Yes. I have a lot of things that I've done.
Yeah. So when you come up with the rhythm there to do Pigtails for there, does that just come into your head and you just start playing? Is it the same brain? I always wonder that with musicians. Is it the same part of your brain that you would associate with writing lyrics, or I guess just it's
I
creative,
don't know.
right?
I don't think so. Like,
No?
I mean, to me, music is more like a puzzle, kind of.
Right.
You know, like I mean, it's like you know what chords go together, what sound good together,
Gotcha.
and stuff like that.
Okay.
Anytime you start talking about music theory, it's just like it makes you overthink it.
Right.
You know?
And it should just be about
Yeah.
just bringing a story or something to life.
I remember seeing this like interview a long time ago on VH1 with Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah.
Not that I really care about VH1 or Cyndi
Right.
Lauper, but like I remember Cyndi Lauper saying something because she was doing this thing where she was just like playing instruments that
Yeah.
she didn't know how to play.
Yeah.
Like she looked like a lunatic, but she said, she was like, you know, if you want to get the truest form of that art, like, give someone an instrument that, like, hasn't played it. I mean, I don't think that was the exact quote,
Right.
but it makes sense, you know,
Right.
like, because you're going to figure out what sounds good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's similar to drawing. Just artists. I was reading about Pixar. They said everyone is born an artist that can draw because you draw as a child and you're not influenced by anything or you're not told that's bad. Just keep going.
Exactly.
But people grow up and they associate drawing as with childish behavior. But the people who continue in careers are like you, who actually sit down and draw and keep at it and make a living off of it. And they said, you know, everyone can do it. It's just not until you actually do it and continue to focus on it.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, I really truly do feel like just about anybody could do it. It's just a matter of like if that's what you like to do or not.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and I mean, I enjoy drawing and painting and creating things, drawing at home, and that obviously looks like you do too.
Yeah.
So
I just like making things.
Yeah,
whatever.
That's great. Yeah, music now. I've never really dabbled in it much, but now I can say we dabbed in it.
And we have plans.
Right, to make a band. The BA Boys, and someone said call us Panic at the Swap Shop. Suicidal Dummy says Mark seems like such a nice guy, genuinely.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and then PC Honky Boy said, and Zach seems like a guy that has admitted to having a commune.
That's admitted to
what?
what?
Having a commune, like an organization, like.
Oh.
So hey, come. We have talked on the Swap Shop. If you're interested, we have a lot of bunk beds. You can come stay with us at our commune.
Yes.
Like a retreat into the mountains.
That sounds awesome.
Right. Just a great place to relax, get out of the hectic world for a while.
Wait, is that real?
Like
you have that?
Yeah, after the
Oh,
show.
wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll talk about it. Yeah. Yeah, they said this has been a great guest. We have a few minutes. We have 2 minutes left to wrap this all up. So do you have anything else you want to add? Any advice you would give to someone who's watching this at home who might have been you 15 years ago, 16 years ago?
Yeah. Just if that's like, do what you want to do. Yeah. Like, seriously, like I worked for companies so that I could make enough money to get by like my entire life.
Right.
And like, it's not worth it.
Right.
Like, it's really not.
Yeah.
Like, I worked for one place for 13 years. And, you know, it was like I hurt my back. And it was like, after that, it was like, see you later.
Yeah.
And then when you're 32, you know, it's a lot harder to sort of be like, all right, this is what I'm going to do for a living. So, like, if you don't want to go to college, you don't have to go to college. If you don't want to, like, work and buy a house, you don't have to work and buy a house. Like, just do whatever you want.
Do what makes you happy.
And don't try too hard.
Right. That's good advice. Yeah, that's wonderful, and that's what it's all about on a Wonderful Wednesday, is to spread stories, advice, creativity, and art. And I feel like we captured it all today in a bottle.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was great. Well, I'm gonna just go ahead and thank everyone, and then maybe we'll go out singing Pigtails again, and then we'll just go from there. It's okay. We can come up with a new song too. Maybe I'll come up with a brand new one. Okay, so I'm gonna just say thank you for tuning in. It's always a pleasure to be here with you, just by myself and with Mark today. But it's always great having you interacting with us in the chat and calling us. So email us at williams.swap@gmail.com. We'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. with Matt. But today's been a really, truly special, wonderful Wednesday, and we owe it to you to watch, because without you watching, we'd just be two guys in a conference room at William Street just hanging out, which would be okay too. And Mark, thank you for sitting with me and dealing with me for the past 48 minutes. It's been a real pleasure, and telling us stories about your life.
Cool.
Can't wait to start that band. Look out for the BA Boys. Here we go. Let's let the BA Boys take us out. It's the BA Boys on the mic. They're coming in, dropping hot. Yep, we're coming into the venue. I'm a rock star. I'm a punk rock star. Have you heard this song I'm doing? It's called Pigtails. Pigtails, pigtails, pigtails. They're everywhere. Pigtails, pigtails. Curly cues on pigs at the barn and on girls at the bar. Pigtails, pigtails. I've even seen that male with pigtails in his beard. Yeah, looks cool. They're cool everywhere. It's a trend. It's a trend. Pigtails, pigtails. It's a trend. It's a trend. Go get yourself some pigtails. I'm out. Nice. That was hot.